in the water for 1 month. You are not going to see your family for 1 month. And it's going to be happening maybe from time to time. Are you ready to lose seeing your family for 1 month, staying inside water, looking for minerals? Those of you that are crazy about the oil company job, I know most of you want oil company jobs. So I'm trying to tell you now, the modus operandi there. Not when you get the job and they say, okay, we are posting you to the water. You stay in the water for 3 months. You're not going to see your family. 3 months inside the water, you cannot make call. Oh. It's not the one you say, you think you are staying on top of the water? No, you are going inside the water to go and stay for 3 months. No communication with anybody. Is that what you'll be doing? Is that what you want for yourself? If that is what you want for yourself, no problem. But at least we are telling you to know that first. Some people say they love bank job. If you love bank job, have you sat down, has somebody educated you about the modus operandi of the bank? Have they told you that some of the suits they are wearing, they have not paid for it? Have they told you that if you make serious blunder, they can sack you no matter how good you are? Have they told you that if you cannot meet your target for a certain period, you're only going? Have they told you the challenges? Now, I'm not only talking about the bad thing. There are also good things. What I'm saying, learn the good, the bad, before you put your head there. Not when you reach there. Let me tell you, some people are dying in the place where they are working. But they cannot come out because if they come out, there's no other job for them. They'll say, instead of me to go back home and stay and be doing nothing, it's better I manage this one. They are managing and they are dying slowly. Why? Because of the kind of job they are doing. Nobody told them about the modus operandi. They themselves did not nobody didn't make any inquiry. For example, let me give you an example. If you say you want to be a teacher in the university or a lecturer, there are sometimes lecturers stand for 12 hours talking. Can you stand 12 hours talking and teaching? Is that the kind of thing you love to do? Are you seeing it? It's not the name. It's not for you to go out and say, I'm now a lecturer with University of Lagos. Okay, they did not have combined lecture. You teach 100 level, 200 level, 300 level, and 400 level one day. Can you do it? If they carry you to go and lecture in an organization for 6 hours, can you do it? You can see even in our training here, sometimes our trainers, they stand for 4, 5, 6 hours. Can you do it? These are the things you first of all find out before you put your head in any organization. Those of you that say you want to go into becoming a runway models, you want to do all this Miss Nigeria, Miss Abuja, Miss Lagos, there are a lot of things that go down that business. You have to ask people who are in that business, what does it take to become a beauty queen? Oh, I'm a beautiful lady. I think I should go and contest for a beauty queen. There's nothing wrong in contesting, but go and find out what does it take to become a beauty queen. By the time you learn all those things, then you can now apply for that job. This thing I'm telling you is very important so that you don't end up frustrating yourself by yourself. All right, so that's then the third one. We are looking at how to choose a good career for yourself. Am I right? Yes. So, and the first one we said is to find your what? Your passion. The second one we say understand the modus operandi of that organization. And then number 3, study their salary structure. Study their salary what? Structure. What do we mean by study their salary structure? Most time we work is not for pay. There are organizations that are always good at owing their employees, so they can owe you for 7 months. Study how they do their salary thing. Now, there are some organizations that there are no promotion. Before they promote you, 6 years, you have not seen promotion. Some organizations, 3 years, they'll promote you. Some organizations, they increase the salary after they promote you for 3 years. So you must find out how is the salary structure here. Let me check my family size. Okay, you are single, but later you will get married. If you get married and you get back to 4 or 5 children, can this salary sustain 4 children? If your spouse is not doing anything, even if your spouse is sponsoring you, supporting you, can this one also can this one contribute to helping the family forge ahead to where we want to go to? These are the things you study. We are not saying that you reject a job because the salary is low. No, you can actually start there, but understand how the structure of salary is done there, because people don't work for free now. Is there anybody that is applying to get a job to go and work for free? No, people are looking for jobs so that they can work and get money. So you have to study that. You don't need a job that the take-home pay cannot take you home. You understand what I mean? You don't need a job that the take-home pay cannot take you home. That means that you get a job that they pay you 20,000 naira, for example, or they pay you 10,000 naira. Your transport from your house to that place in a month is 30,000 naira, but the salary is 10,000 naira. What does that show you? That already shows you that there's trouble for you. Abi, before you already begin, the trouble is already telling you, welcome to my world. I will trouble you. You're seeing it. Some people see all those things, but say, instead of me to just stay at home doing nothing, let me tell you something. Instead of you to stay at home doing nothing, you're right, too. But do you understand what we're talking about here? After 1 month, your transport is 30,000, my salary is 10,000. So compare it and staying at home. Which one is better? We don't advise anybody to stay at home. We have done entrepreneurship. We've taught you a lot there. Then the next one is what? Career growth. Career growth is very, very important. When you enter an organization, where do you intend to see yourself in the next 5 years? If you pick a job now in the university and they give you as a graduate assistant, let's say you get a job, you have BSc and you get a job in the university and they give you graduate assistant. Graduate assistant means that you are going to be lecturing maybe 100 level students or diploma students as graduate assistant. You are going to be working, they will attach you with the professor. But after 3 years of working in that university, your growth, you will move from graduate assistant to become lecturer. Sorry, you move from graduate assistant to become assistant lecturer. Are you seeing it? After 3 years, assistant lecturer. Then when you become assistant lecturer after 3 years, if they were paying you 100,000 naira here, they may increase your salary now to 120. This is federal government. I'm talking about a federal government job that you are looking for. After 3 years here, you'll be meeting the requirements. Not that after 3 months, they'll just promote you. No, once you enter there, they will give you their own requirement for growth. Once you pass their requirements for growth, then you now move to become lecturer 1. They will increase your salary now to 130. You move again to lecturer 2, then lecturer 1. They improve your salary again. Then senior lecturer, they increase your salary again. Assistant professor or associate professor, maybe 250. Professor, maybe 300. Are you seeing the career growth now for somebody that wants? So now, if you say you want to become a lecturer, you cannot shy away from this. Don't say, no, I'm not interested in all this. How can you say I'm not interested in this career growth and you chose this job? Now, this one I chose is for university. Those who want to be lecturer. If you say you don't want to be lecturer, you want to work in FRS. FRS also have their own growth. You have to sit down like this, bring out paper, find out how they move. Because this is how you are going. It's about you. This is how you are going to grow. If you find out that after listening, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, let's say this is 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe they say after 21 years of working in this organization, that is when your salary will move from 100,000 to 350,000. After 21 years, are you okay with that? You see, there are things you have to ask yourself before you choose a particular career. Don't just say, see, at all, anyone, I don't want to stay at home again. Some of them, when you get them, you can't leave them. I'm telling you the truth. You can't leave them because there's no another one. Before you need, that's why most people are regretting the place because they don't understand all this career growth. Now, if you go in an organization where there is no career growth, find out also what happens in that situation where there's no career growth. What do they do when people don't grow from one level to the other? You have to find out all these things. You make inquiries. Inquiries are like flashlights in the dark. If you're in the dark and you put on your torch, say you start seeing, that's how inquiries are. Anytime you make inquiry, you're putting on your torch in a dark world. Okay, I can see. Okay. That's why you see some people, they will remain entrepreneurs or they will remain business people while they are still submitting CV, expecting to get a job in a particular place. Then they'll be doing one particular, they don't like business, but they say, instead of me to stay at home, no, let me go and acquire a skill. They'll go and acquire one skill and be doing one business and be waiting and be praying the day they will get if this is the kind of job they want. There are people that love this job I just wrote on the board. That's what they want. There's no problem about it. But if this job has not come from you, you must go and learn a skill. Improve yourself. Make yourself valuable so that you can get things coming to you. Those things you're looking for from this job, let me tell you, this career you're seeing, some of these things you are praying to get. There are businesses you can start. There are entrepreneurs. Not everybody must not be an entrepreneur. But for those of you that have the spirit and give, but you don't want to do it, there are entrepreneurship businesses you can do. There are contracts you can get. 100 million naira contract. It covers everything. This person will work for 21 years. I'm telling you, there are contracts you get that will cover what somebody will earn for 21 years. So that's why you have to follow your gift. Then the last thing I would say is about the pension scheme in the government, in federal government. Now, see, I don't know if you're taking note of what we are doing in Export Global. We took our time to teach people who love business, entrepreneurship. We took our time to teach people who want to work in white-collar jobs about how to write CV and cover letter. Now, we are also taking our time to teach people who want to stay in the federal jobs or private jobs how to grow in their career. So we are making you a balanced person because a graduate is one who is balanced in every area. Financial knowledge, he has it. Relationship knowledge, he has it. Spiritual knowledge, he has it. Mental knowledge, he has it. Educational knowledge, he has it. This is what makes you a balanced graduate. Once you know financial knowledge, but you don't know spiritual knowledge, you are not a balanced graduate. Once you know spiritual knowledge, but you don't know anything about relationship knowledge, you are not a balanced graduate. Once you have an idea of career growth, but you don't know anything about sustaining friendship and relationship, you are not a balanced graduate. Once you don't know about your health, but you know how to make money, but you don't know how to take care of your health, you are not a balanced graduate. That's why we take our time in this Exford Global Training Center to make sure that we make you a balanced graduate by teaching you every ramification of life. So thank you very much for listening. Welcome to our Q&A session where we give our candidates the opportunity to express their minds by asking their questions. So you can go ahead and ask your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Harry, for this interesting and soul-lifting section. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you, sir. To say I've learned like a lot from this session is like I'm actually underestimating everything, the value, the knowledge, and everything I've gotten. This is very, very, very impactful. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you, Exford. I'm grateful to Exford Global. Thank you. But I actually have some questions that I would like for you to throw more light on. And I have some jotted down here already. I said, can a career person also be an entrepreneur? And if yes, how can career paths and entrepreneurship spirit be managed? That's my first question. The second question is from the career growth aspect, where you talked about us knowing our salary structure and all. Now, this is how the question goes. They said, for a pension scheme, if a man wants to resign his federal government job before his due retirement time, how can he collect all his pension from the government? Thank you, sir.
All right, your first question is on how a career person can actually become an entrepreneur. Is it possible for a career person to become an entrepreneur? And you said if yes, how can it be managed? Now the answer is yes, just like you said if yes. Yes, you can be a career person and be an entrepreneur. Now this is how it happens. Any career person that wants to be an entrepreneur will make sure that the entrepreneurship he's choosing or the area he's choosing, whether it is his passion, you go for areas that will not consume all of your time. There are entrepreneurs who sit in the comfort of their office while they still do the jobs they need to do via their phone, submit documents. Like for example, now if you find issues with collapsed building and you say, okay, you want to go into such business and you're a federal civil servant, you can become a project manager, a supervisor. Most times supervisors, some of them, they hardly even come to the site. They get a very good project manager that works with them while they stay in their office and they monitor, because you can send for them diagrams and calculations and they'll view, and you view it and you send back. So yes, you can actually be an entrepreneur and be a career person. It might not be easy, but it is possible for somebody who actually is passionate about the entrepreneurship. But the first thing is that the passion should be on the entrepreneurship, because most of this civil service job, you may go to office and just sit back doing little or nothing. So that's your question one. Then question two, you talked about pension scheme. That if somebody wants to resign before he retires, can the person collect all his pension? Now, pension is usually given to, the new pension scheme in Nigeria is usually given to employees when they retire. So if you say you want your pension scheme little by little, yes, you can collect it little by little, not that you walk up to the government and say they should give you all your thing, you want to resign. No, if you know you have intentions of resigning very soon, or in 5 years' time, in 7 years' time, you can gradually be asking for your pension. Maybe if your pension is 7 million naira, you can come and fill a form to collect 1.5. Another 2 years' time, you come and fill another form to collect 1.5. They will advise you that this money you're collecting, by the time you retire, you will not have anything. You tell them there's no problem. Do you understand? But coming one time and say, yes, I want to resign, give me my 7 million naira. No, the government actually uses some of the pension fund for business. They borrow that money and you invest in it. So for you to collect everything, you affect their borrowing. So thank you for that question.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful lectures. I could actually say from these lectures I've gained a lot. Yeah. So talking about health investment, I want to ask what other ways are there for health investment? Then on relationship investment, how can you keep up with bad attitude in relationship?
Your question is on, the first question you asked is on health investment. Your question is outside because the one I talked about is, I think I emphasized more on taking carrots for the eyes. I think, so your question is what are the other ways one can also invest in his health? Now, these days, most people are stressed up. So if you're stressed up, you need rest, you need to drink a lot of water, and you need exercises. Let me show you what defines you as far as health is concerned. What defines you is what you eat, how you rest, and how you do exercise. This is what's defining your health life. So you see, the one I talked about before when I was talking carrot is under what you eat. Now when you eat carrot, you drink a lot of water, create time to rest. See, sleeping is part of resting. They say an average human being is supposed to sleep at least 6 hours a day, right? Yes. So you sleep at least 6 hours a day. Now rest is given to people who have worked. After you work, the next thing is supposed to be what? Rest. So if you work from morning to night and you don't have time to rest, what happens is that there are a lot of radicals that build up in your system. These radicals, when they build up in your system, they begin to fight your system. They're supposed to be cells that protect the system, but because now they have been excited means they have now been pushed beyond boundary. Now they become free radicals that can fight you back. So, but when you rest, drink a lot of water, they go back to their normal function. Sleep well and you rest well. Then the next one is exercise. Now, there are different kinds of exercise. You exercise based on the nature of work you do. There are some people whose work is they climb staircase. If they want to do exercise, you don't need that kind of exercise again that will need you to be climbing staircase. Already your job is the one that makes you to climb staircase. If your job is the one that you go into office in the morning and you sit down on the chair, you're pressing computer from morning to night, then your exercise requires you to do more of walking. Are you seeing? Your job determines the kind of exercise you do. If you are the kind of person that your job is you're always walking, running from one place to the other, entering car, traveling here, walking is not the kind of exercise again you need. You need exercise like swimming. Are you following me? When you swim, your whole body will relax. We are not saying that everybody cannot swim, or everybody can swim, but we are trying to tell you jobs and the exercises that befit that particular job you're doing. That's how it's supposed to be. While I talk more about the carrot one is because most young people spend a lot of time looking at their phones and it's affecting their eyes and they're not aware. And that's why we talk much about what they eat. Now, under what we eat again, some people eat carbohydrates in the morning, carbohydrates in the afternoon, carbohydrates in the night. But do you know why they don't know they're eating carbohydrate morning, afternoon, night? In the morning, they will eat indomie. In the afternoon, they will eat rice. In the night, they will eat yam. You see, as far as they are concerned, they are eating different kinds of food, but all of them fall in the same class. Are we together? So at the end of the person is choking the system with carbohydrate. People like that will have plenty sugar in their blood because carbohydrate end up increasing the sugar content in your blood. So if you eat carbohydrate in the morning, carbohydrate in the afternoon, carbohydrate in the night, that day, if they do a diabetes test for you, sorry, not diabetes test, if they do a sugar test for you, they'll find out that you see that your sugar level may be high that day. Why? Especially if you do not do exercise. Maybe you sat from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock in your office in the chair, and then you ate like that. You find out that your sugar content in your blood will be high. So what do? You increase your eating of vegetables. If you know you have been eating carbohydrate, in Africa, Africans eat carbohydrate too much because that's their major source of food in Africa. So what you do is that you create time for vegetables, whether it is spinach, whether it is the one they call ugu, bitter leaf. From time to time, you combine vegetables with your food. The vegetables doesn't need to be much. Maybe you prepare a rice, jollof rice or fried rice. You can just garnish it with fresh vegetable, not vegetable that has been cooked. If you cook vegetable, you lose the power. Fresh vegetable, just bring, if it is ugu leaf, you just boil it, even if it is for 60 seconds, and you put it in that food. It's very okay. All right, this is the other things you can do concerning the health investment. Then the second question you asked is in the area of relationship. You say, how do we manage friends with bad attitude? Now, let me tell you something. You can never let anybody finish. even if you stay with somebody 100 years, you can never finish learning anybody. But the truth is that there's an amount of information you need that can keep you going with anybody. Friendship on phone is different from friendship of living together. But the success of living together is understanding first, knowledge, and then understanding. Now, there are certain things you need to know. Number one, just note this one, nobody is perfect. Including you yourself, you are not perfect. If you settle this one in your mind, you will have peace of mind with people. I'm telling you the truth. If you make up your mind that you're a man, you want to marry a woman, or you want to you have friends and you want to be with them, just tell yourself nobody is perfect. If you settle nobody is perfect, then find their own imperfections and see how you can live with them in their imperfections. Can you live? Okay, let me give you an example. If somebody is quarrelsome, if your mother is quarrelsome, will you abandon your mother and say you won't mother? You will still be, she's still your mother. What do? You will learn how to manage your quarrelsome mother. Why can you learn how to manage your quarrelsome mother and you don't want to learn how to manage your quarrelsome friend and your quarrelsome husband? Nobody comes complete or perfect. If you want perfection, you go to heaven. It's only in heaven you can see perfection. But as far as it's on earth, no perfect human being at all. But let me tell you the truth. The fact that there's no perfect human being doesn't mean that you go and look for somebody that will kill you one day. No. Before you pick friends, look for friends that are right for you, not friends that are good for you. There are people that are good for you, but they are not right for you. Now, how do you get people that are right for you? People that are right for you are people that both of you are heading the same direction. What you like is what they like. Your goals in life it must not be exactly, but both of you are pursuing similar goals. Now, let me tell you, if you meet somebody in this area, let me show you how to manage people with bad attitude and stay with them forever. If somebody is pursuing the same goal you are pursuing in life, somebody says, I want to live a life of impacting people positively. The man says he wants to live a life of impacting people, and the lady says she wants to live the life of impacting people positively. Both of them already have similar goal in life. They want to impact people positively, same goal. Then the next thing now is to now check the person's likes and dislikes. These are very important. When you find the person likes and dislikes, you check your own likes and dislikes. Everybody have likes and dislikes. You study them, and then you know his likes and dislikes. Then I've already told you that nobody is perfect, right? You already know that nobody is perfect. Then the next thing now you now learn is how to manage their imperfections. For example, if you love a man because both of you have the same passion, the same goal, and his likes are okay, his dislikes are okay by you, but this man snores. There are some people that snore when they sleep in the night. Their snoring can actually wake a dead man. If you love somebody because both of you have the same vision and goal, but he snores, what do? The third one will say how to manage their what? Imperfection. You have already made up your mind that you like this person, you want him to be your friend. His dislikes are okay by you, his likes are okay by you. You can manage his dislikes. Now there are some imperfections. This one comes with everybody. See the problem we have under managing friendship. Most people are prepared they love the idea of friendship. They love the idea of getting married, but they don't want to learn how to stay married. I'm talking about marriage now. See, what it takes to get married is different from what it takes to stay married. I hope we are following. What it takes to get married is different from what it takes to stay married. If you want to stay married, these are the kind of things you study. Number one, you study about knowing that nobody is perfect, then how to manage people's imperfections. See, it becomes lesser for you when you know people have imperfections. So when you meet them, no matter how anybody wants to pretend for you, just tell the person, even if you want to tell the person, study the person must have imperfections. Find the person's imperfection and begin to say, can I cope with this imperfection for the rest of my life? Whether as a friend, as a lover, as a husband, as a wife, can I cope with this imperfection for the rest of my life? If yes, no problem. Then you too, you have your own imperfection. Can the person also cope with your imperfection? For example, an extrovert coming to marry an introvert, or an introvert coming to marry an extrovert is already a very, 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 very shaky combination. An extrovert can see somebody today and they become friends as if they've known each other till the day God created the world. While an introvert can stay like this, he's not quarreling with you, but he just wants to be on his own. If you're an introvert man and you marry an extrovert woman, if you don't manage that situation, well, there's definitely going to be a problem, because you will see her hugging every man as a way of being cheap. You say, this woman, I never knew she's this cheap and stupid and useless. But she's not seeing it as anything. She's seeing it as being social. Do you understand? So some of those things we complain in our friendship, in our relationship, is simply because we ourselves don't understand, we don't have the knowledge and the understanding of how these things are done. So now the question is, Should I now look for somebody that's an introvert like me? That's not what we are saying. What we are saying, if you pick an extrovert, understand those things that makes him an extrovert. Can you contend with them? There are some people that go to church or mosque. When church closed, they will greet everybody in the church. Myself, let me tell you the truth. If I'm with you and you're greeting everybody, I'll just enter the car and leave you. You greet 100 people. Some people are like that. And they don't see it as anything. They say, but can't I greet people? What is there? Are you seeing it? And you see, as simple as what I'm telling you is, some people can go home and quarrel and even separate that friendship just because of this thing. Are you seeing it? Why? Because you see, what's the meaning? Are you a mad person? Why are you greeting everybody? Because an introvert. And an extrovert doesn't see it as anything. So these are the things you sit down, discuss and watch, and then see how you manage it. Thank you very much for listening.